Yep. Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
As you could please, my lord, we're sorry for this slight late start. Some of the accused were late this morning. My lord, I had a discussion with Advocate Ngomezulu. There's an exhibit EE that has been handed up, and yesterday we made a copy of the original of exhibit EE, the proceedings in the Boksburg Magistrate Court. I've made copies to my learned friend. We just beg leave to hand up a copy of the original of exhibit EE.
Okay. Everybody's got a copy. The other councils, do they have a copy?
Yes, they do, my lord.
Okay, thanks. Yes, Mr. Mgomezo, you're still under oath.
All right, Mr. Mkhane, before we proceed, I just want to take us back to the question which you asked Mr. Ntanzi about his whereabouts on the 26th of, I need to clarify something, on the 26th of October 2014.
26th of October 2014,
when he answered you, according to the instruction that I received, he said if he was not at work, he is at home. At work, according to his instructions, means he could be working or he is at the compound in the workplace, inside the company where he's working. What's your comment on that?
Agaba ebile byalo mara ga rile umshumong poraro bore nabe ke botjoro o tsena ka ga mkoti ga re ba umshumong.
That's how he put it, but then for me, when he said he was at work, for me it implied that he was in the mine. Would you think me like
all right. If according to you, you thought he was inside the mine, he was working, you will not conflict with his version that he was at his workplace, and if he's not at his workplace, he is at home. You won't conflict with that version.
If you can explain, what do you mean when you say home?
In KwaZulu-Natal.
I do not remember him telling me he was in KwaZulu-Natal. What I remember was that he told me that he was at work.
All right. But that is not okay. Let's leave it for argument. The issue of when actually you conducted your investigation from his workplace,
you met outside with Brigadier Gillinden, Sergeant Mkhale, and they departed, they left with you and accused them, the late Mr. Sergeant Mabena.
Yes, we did live together, but we parted ways along the way. Yeah, was sahamba kodwa ke uwafika la esahlukana khona endleleni.
Yes, but the main thing is that for the reason of booking out the accused number 2 was done by going to verify whether you went to verify his whereabouts of the 26th of October 2014. That was completed.
That is correct.
Why was he not taken back again after you've verified such information? Why was he not immediately taken back to Pretoria in the North Police Station?
Pretoria North Police Station.
Instead, you had to book him in 2:30 early hours in the morning.
Right was a malary and I got a salute petam shumum argument I think what is selling actuality when I look for a so I'm a problem.
No, he did not have a problem going with us because when we asked him if he was okay with going with us, he agreed because also there was the problem that if he was taken back to the cell, he was going to be locked up alone and was going to get bored. So that's ali ukuhamba nathi wasambuza ukuthi anankinga yini uthambe nathi ngoba kusekhona umsebenzi esawenza wavuma ukuthi singahamba kodwa ke futhi kwakunale nkinga ukuthi ufa sambuyisela le emaseleni wenzohlala eyedwa abula isizungu.
Mr. Mkhan, accused at that time was under your custody.
That is correct.
He had no options.
If Salah Dumela, never should fish a jummarao. Near Tommy Chavel, we la Dumela, Ramucha Magala. Now, so if it had right with Jarmarena or right to Zamarena, Carlos Simple. We'll have to change Manjuan.
Well, to tell the honest fact, if he wanted to refuse, he could. But when we asked him if he wanted to, if he was okay with going with us, because we told him that we've still got other things to do, he agreed, especially also because it was already evening. This was Katige. Agazanga pig. When I am Pumutanga pig, Mount Befusu pig. Ale utambi na kodwa ke ngoba samcela wavuma and futhi wasebsu sahamba naye.
I don't understand if you say he was going to be bought. What do you mean by that? In the cells.
What is saying?
Which are horror. Danzi Obasa Sherry said about Valvality, Valvano Tolarity, Maselinga.
What I'm saying is that Ndanzi was not sharing a cell with others. he was staying alone in his cell. Engichaza ukuthi uNtanzi wayehlala yedwa eselini. Wayengekho babengekho abanye ehlala nabe eselini.
So let me not waste time about things that are not that material. The instruction that I have is that immediately after you departed with Colonel Gininda, after you conducted your investigations, you assaulted accused number 2.
Kamrauri le abasipile bo Colonel Gininda bare mlatufajore lilela motsi. Who assaulted him as he says?
I'll get into that. Because it is your evidence. I'll get into that, Mr. Mkhaya. It is your evidence that you had to do your own other investigations. As a result, you even had to go to Albertine.
I get a such a and the little son Libo Albertine.
Is that so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with your Albertine, the kids in Rafi.
No. Like I told you, Albertine is on the way and we went via Albertine.
All right.
John was saying, Shiloh, we go to Albertine. Who sent the
I'm not referring to the evidence where you said when you booked him out with the purpose of transferring him to First Lawyers Court. I'm not referring about that. I'm referring to the event where, after you concluded your own investigation regarding his whereabouts, Colonel Gininda and Sergeant Mkhale left and you drove with accused number 2. You indicated during cross-examination that you had to do other investigations. As a result, you had to go to Albertine or First Lawyers.
Yale, Ole Agamraure, the Wishishaho, Ubaliga Gajajlewe, Colonel Brigadier Gininda, Le Sergeant Mkhale, Valeba Sipi, Yale Lena, Linela Splalimla to Faja, or Livil Sanjay, Lina Demushume, everything I go dear, and what a more Livil Sanjay Fit Alberton, Leah go for Sloras. That is correct. Yeah, put it tennis with it. Napogasati, Umasaka to win some sevens in Wahambo, Brigadier Gininda, Hamba no Mkhale, and then you get Tinage, Sassi, Shamba Gamoto, Samba Num Soda, Ubagok second himself, as far as science, Ilapogasat, Lacona, Alberton, Sia, and Dawenias First Lawyers.
Yes.
What happened to like what you have?
These people that are escorting you are from Eguruleni Metropolitan Police. Is that so?
That is correct. Metro.
The participants that we were talking about yesterday that were involved in the assault and torturing Chubim of accused number 2 are the officers that assaulted accused number 2 immediately after you concluded that investigation about his whereabouts.
Atalo shorba metile kai ni woman but aki gaspetulu to excite.
Well, he has to explain where he was assaulted, by whom, at what time, because I can't answer something that I do not know.
It's fine. I'll give the full version of accused number 2, but at this stage, I want to demonstrate before this honorable court that I said to you, you booked him for 17 hours. You conducted that investigation more or less 3 to 4 hours, if I can give you that benefit. But for more than
the hour 17, Madam Miracle, Wahoo, the hour J4.
for the purpose for which he was booked out to verify that information, you were satisfied. Now for a period of almost 10 to 12 hours, you were still with the accused. What investigations was that?
Like I have already explained, there were other cases that we were following up, and I have already mentioned that there were such cases that were investigating. But I'm unable to tell the court about them because we are still continuing with the investigation. Job was saying, Shiloga, very economy
At the expense of the rights that are protecting accused number 2.
No, I do not agree with you. We did not infringe on the accused right.
All right.
Sorry, sorry, sir. Sergeant, you're saying you won't tell this court about the investigations you were doing because you want to maintain confidentiality or secrecy?
No, on can bolela o mongwe wa bona molati e le re gore o nyaka o tseba.
If the court insists on knowing, I can inform the court about those cases, one of them.
Not all of them.
Not all of them,
Why
but
not,
some of them.
why not all of them?
Go la lengwe le gore I so issue e fela e bolela gorong ya tshepo.
Some of them are still sub judice.
I'm going to order that you must disclose that information, all of it, okay? But you must disclose it in the form of a note, all right? And that note will be made available to all the counsels here, with Mr. Baloi, and it will be kept by this court. And I take it all these counsels who are here, they are sworn to secrecy because they are officers of this court. They don't have to go and divulge this information anywhere else. Are we understood?
Court, please.
Jali, and eta fiwang horo and horo e gore e tla fa di lawyer ka mo ba emi ka mo ba leng mo go and jele ka gore ke batho ba shumang ka mo gorong ba ka se tshedi phiriti la kushisha understood, my lord.
Thank you, my lord.
Okay.
May I proceed?
Yes, yes.
Yesterday we talked about the dockets. Are you in possession of the dockets under case number 163 of 10/2020? The dockets under 53 of phosphorus, 534 phosphorus. Are you in possession of such document?
My honorable docket. Would it be on that docket 163 of 10 of 2020 gape le 534 ya kwa Foslorus.
a ya le swara ga re motho a leng in charge ya tsona ke brigadier Gini then over se go ngabane.
I do not have those documents because the person that is in charge of those dockets was not available yesterday. Kangwa sukuleta lao ongaona madocket ongaphethe ngoba lo muntu ophethe lawo madocument ubrigadier Gini bengekho izolo.
So in other words, your cross-examination in respect of that part of evidence must be stood down until such dockets are, because you are the investigating officer.
Ele ora ore tawa hore regular ka docket je o tla tshwanela hore e bushetswe morago ka hore docket a rio.
E ka hlompho ga re re ka sebulele ka molato ro docket a io.
Yes, respectfully so, because we cannot speak about a case if the docket is not present. Now my docket is now 163 of 10 of 2020, no 534 years of Foslorus. I would Obama Jengoba, I welcome to get an escort Kulma, Galama to get Utawe.
Thank you, sir. As long as you are going to provide the court with such document, let me just clarify this aspect. In the matter where accused number 2 was charged with possession of drugs, was that matter not placed on the roll?
That is correct.
The matter for where accused number 2 was charged with possession of unlicensed firearm, accused number 2 was acquitted. Is that correct?
Ga ke boletse gore re sa le busy ka docket eo, that's why ba rile ba ka se place kwa Foslorus ka gore e sana le lo nyaka tshwantse re di dire. Nga se bolele gore go dira ga itseng ga yona ga gore e tlabelo re ba le isenya di bofokisi bja rena.
Like I have already said, there is.
May I approach?
We are still busy with that with that docket. I cannot to talk about it in court, but we are still conducting investigations regarding it.
I'm not sure if you are referring to the same. I'm referring to the matter in Hlabane court.
I can say about the
Awa ga bole bele tšola belela ga Phukeng case nga be ke ba le na le tlhaka-tlhakantša dilo.
You are confusing things. I thought you are talking about the Phukeng issue.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned this name and to put my hand as a Phukeng.
In Phukeng, okay, let's get clarification from there. In Phukeng case, what is the charge against accused?
Possession of unlicensed ammunition. Possession of unlicensed ammunition.
Possession of unlicensed ammunition. We should take a
Which court did he appear to?
Thabane Rustenburg.
Thabane in Rustenburg.
That matter in Thabane in Rustenburg. What is the status of this matter?
He will not guilty and discharged.
He was found to be not guilty and he was discharged. I was telling
Yes. Now, the matter of Foslorus court, that's possession of drugs. Is that correct?
That is correct. case yase-Foster's kuwo i-case ezidakamizwa.
It's the same matter that was not placed on the roll. Is that correct?
Yona taba esokang ibe waphila khona.
ke nnete.
That is correct, yebo kunjalo.
So after that matter was refused from the court roll, it cannot be regarded as a pending matter against accused number 2.
Yale ka hore taba e ga ya pila khoro ba ka se ji ka taba e molatofatšwa a swantšeng go araba mo yona.
Which law is that, sir? Sorry, I want to hear from
No,
Mr. Ngomezulu first. Which law is that?
The matter is not pending. The matter is, it depends on the investigations. I'm getting to the investigation part of the matter.
Yeah, it was not enrolled.
It was not enrolled.
So?
Let's look at the period in which it was refused from the roll. If we look at the period up to now,
No, you can argue with him. I was just saying, I know no law which says
That's
it
where I
can
was
no longer be
going.
enrolled again.
yes,
Okay.
it can be re-enrolled. But the most crucial part of the enrollment would not be arresting accused number 2, but to summons him.
Gore mo tabeng e gore ntho go la e tlabe e se go tsentšwa gorong e tlabe le go mmitša molatofatšwa a tle gorong.
Go tla ka gore motšhotšhisi yena o decide bjang.
It will depend on how the prosecutor decides on the matter. Uzophuma ukuthi umshushisisi yena uyicabanga kanjani.
But at the present moment, accused number 2 is in court for one case.
Konje molatofatšwa o mo gorong ka taba e teng.
Ke nnete.
That is correct. Yeah, umsola phambi ubhene uqale lodwa la phambi kwenkantolo.
That's correct. So let me put the version of accused number 2.
Re go botsa gore molatofatšwa wa bobedi yana o re dilo di sepetse bjang.
Accused number 2, prior to his arrest
Pele
On
ga
the
ka o swara
16th.
molatofatšwa wa bobedi
on the 16th of June 2020,
ka di 16 tša June 2020,
he received a call from a lady
o hweditše mogala wa go tšwa mo motho wa mosadi
who offered him employment.
ya re leng wa go yena o nyaka o mo fa mošomo.
The prefix numbers.
Uthi ke umsola ngomhla 16 kuJune ilanga elizoboshwa ngalo wathola ucingo oluvela kumuntu wesifazane wayezomnika umsebenzi.
The prefix numbers were 012.
The number tša kopile tša mogala a o hweditšeng ke 012. Futhi ke iy'number zokuqala kuleyo phone le ayithola zazithi 012.
The accused responded by saying, I am working, I don't need a job.
Molatofatšwa le araba ka gore ke a šoma a ke tlhoke mošomo. Mo a phendula umsola uthi ke a sebenza ngudinga umsebenzi.
Later, he was called. After that call, he was called also by the same lady who introduced herself as Mokhala.
Ka morago fa wela wetša o mongwe mogala wa go tšwa go yena motho wa mosadi a ileng a itsebiša bjale ka sergeant Mogola.
Yes.
O šothi ke emva kwaloko watholelwa uyecingo oluvela kuyena lo muntu wesifazane owazazisa njengo-sergeant Mogola,
Who informed accused number 2 that he is a suspect in the murder case of Senzo Meyiwa.
o ile a botša molatofatšwa gore ke e mongwe wa ba naganelwa mo tabeng ya go bolawa ga Senzo Meyiwa. Wa ntšela ukuthi hayi ungomunye wa basolwa o tabeng lokubulawa ka Senzo Meyiwa.
And she requested the full address of accused number 2.
O ile a kopa gore a tsebe address ka moka e feletšeng ya molatofatšwa wa bobedi wa tlela e iphelele le mosolo wa sebedi.
Accused number 2 furnished officer with his full address.
La tufacho ilafa liponisa the address ya village. Umsola ke wasenika wephoyisa lelo ikheli lakhe eliphelele.
According to his knowledge, that's the reason the police officers came to his arrest, to the place where he was residing.
Kika ho police alelile la fitla kwa adula. Ingakho ke iphoyisa lafika la ehlala khona.
On the 16th of June 2020,
Kali 16 June 2020, ngomhla 16 June 2020.
police came to his house, to his
Police
place.
lafika go adula maphoyisa afika la ehlala khona.
He opened for the police.
Wela babulela wavulela.
Then you ask if he is not Sianda Butelis.
Jale wena wa wochisha hora na asiya sianda butelis wasiyabuza wena uthi akuyena yini usianda butelis.
Then he was requested to bring along his identity document.
And wele akutshwa hore anche ID yakabe wese iyacelwa ukuthi akhiphe umazisi wakhe.
Can you comment on that?
Ona liselinya subulela kasembe.
Fela go bia ka tsela e a ke tshepe gore mabane ke le fetoche ke tlo le fetola gape le gore.
And I'll answer you like I answered you yesterday. Ngizophendula kodwa ke sekuphendulile so.
A ke tshepe gore Sergeant Mogola a ka mo founela ke sa tsebe.
I don't believe the second Mkola would call him without my knowledge. Angikholwa ukuthi uSergeant Mogola angamfonela kuku mina ngingazi.
Le swantse ke tsebile gore mo founetse so a ke tsebe gore ena motho mo founetse ke mang.
I was going to know if she had called him. So I really do not know who it was that called accused number 2. Hayi bengizokwazi mina uba ukuthi uSergeant Mkhulu wamfonela. Manje angazi ukuthi ubani owafonela umsolo speed.
Ape ga ke tshengoletse gore molato belwa ibolo ka mogare wa crime intelligence driven operation re shumishitse ditlhodi tsa rena o menyaka gore o kae.
Like I have already explained that this case fell under our cold case unit. We used our informants to help us to know exactly where he was. Njengoba ngijinisengishilo ukuthi leli cala lingaphansi kweqembu lethu le cold case ngasasebenzisa ke ababesiza ngophenyo ukuthi sazi ukuthi ulaphi.
Le re fitla kwa bula ke motšhetša rena go wena bongane ntanse ya re
When he arrived and when he opened the door, we asked him if he was indeed Bongani Dance, and he confirmed that he was. I must feel like young or some Gambos to Vienna in Bongani Dance. Yeah, boys, Vumutia, yeah.
Venga mutishi venga michikali bitoleleng lo already very security work man.
I wasn't going to call him about with another name because we already knew his proper identity, who he was.
That is why originally
and then ngimbize ngelinye igama ukuthi esasesazi ukuthi igama lakhe ubani.
Okay. May I just further inform you that
Sorry, you want to continue, sir?
Yes, telling you what you're
ka gore bjale
Yeah, continue.
nya go feleletse go la sha go tsena le ID book gona mo.
That is where the ID book comes in.
E bontšha gore ke ena.
That confirms who that he was indeed Bongani Dance. Ilapho ke ngena khona ke idaba likaMazisi uthi ilapho kufanele ukuthi lo mazisa lo usilethe isiqiniseko sokuthi uyena impela uBongani Dance.
so I dance.
Yes, no finished.
Yes, I am finished.
All right. So when he took out his ID, he insisted that you should also produce your identity to confirm that you are a police officer.
Really, only a rancher idea, ile na ko police judge na di idea one shot can it le suppose say.
Awa azanga no khopela yewe wona la maka.
No, he did not ask for that. That one he is lying. I can't tell the local. Come man.
Okay. So the polite name for Maka King, what is it?
Linchilele amrele la Maka King. It's not speaking the truth.
Will I be wrong if I say poso? Yes, poso. Yeah, if you say poso. Instead of a marker, I'll be poso.
Marker has got a lie. Poso to mistake.
Marker in English is lie. Mistake, Porsche in English is a mistake.
So, I understand. But for the, all right. I don't think I'll get into the version of accused number 2. But I don't think you'll appreciate if I put a version to you and say, in conclusion, you are a liar.
Que nyako ko wachore la do na ore tawa isipichu ya mara anya gora e fita mo mafelo e fita gare ya gore mafelo ngoro wena o lalama
tate mo gomesu a re go tlhalosa jobotse sa le re thoma molato ke nnete e fenga o boditseng yona bila mabane go boditse ka gopela bukaneng that a go itse nnete o re dira re a ska bolela maka.
Well, since we started with this case, what truth has he told you?
All right.
Because I've been telling you that he must stop telling you untruths. He must tell you the truth.
So it's for this court to determine whether he's talking lies or truth. But let's move on. You can use that word, whatever, however you use it, it's fine. The version of the accused person is that when he requested you to produce the appointment certificate, Sergeant Mabena slapped him with an open hand in his face. And he said, you think you are smart.
In Zulu, I did not see that, and the late Mabena, even from his appearance, it was clear that he was not the assaulting type.
It is the version of the accused that when you arrested him, you did not inform. May I just? When you arrested accused number 2, you did not inform him about the murder case in Nongo. Instead, you told him about the murder case of Senzo Meyiwa.
That is not true. Yeah, man. Umsola otige umayezoboshwa akazange atshele lutho ngecala lokubulala lakwaNongo amtshela ngecala lokubulala le kaSenzo Meyiwa uyakuphika ke lo.
And there and then he denied the allegations that he was involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa.
And honebya wile a trauma ale boja ha fetsa nako ha raloka ka nako o ile a boja are yena ha tsebisipe ka go bolawa ga Senzo Meyiwa.
Le bolela ka Judge 16.
I'm referring to that.
Yeah, e re bolela ka lo.
Ha se nnete.
That is not true.
He will come and tell the court that his rights were not explained. Immediately thereafter, you handcuffed. You placed him under arrest. Sorry?
I don't know how many times I have to repeat this.
Samatomo, the Moody Cherry Tokoro Jaga, Gulechaka, Gulechaka Squaw, Kabala Castran, Kabala Cassus.
I told him his rights, and I said that I first told him in English, and I then reiterated in Tswana, and then I reiterated in Zulu again. As which is a pina and Ngamchala Madunga, Gamchala Singisi, Gassing Mchala Golugamtania, and Gestwana, Gassing Mchala Golugamtania.
And you further showed him the photo of the person.
I bet a little Manchester Swancho Samu.
With the tattoos.
Whose picture are you referring to?
And a gold teeth. Gold tooth. Whom you alleged that it resembled accused number 2.
Oh, little Siswana, Lemula to Pretoria. No, we did not show him anything. I disputed it.
So you took him to the Pretoria North Police Station.
That is correct.
And no rights were further explained to him.
He is lying again.
Police station.
When we arrived at the police station, must be a experience of a I took the 14A book, which has a serial number. I told him it's not 14A in a number. I told him he's right again. I used the English language, Zulu language, and the Tswana language.
So can I have that SAP 14A? Can you have it, please, so that I can clarify something?
Yes, I have it.
All right. Can you please read paragraph 2C for me?
Paragraph 2C.
Here we have the right to be detained under conditions consonant with human dignity, which shall include at least the provision of adequate accommodation, nutrition, reading material, and medical treatment at state expenses.
Nelungelo lokuthi uvalelwe endaweni egcina isithunzi somuntu.
Can you explain it in Zulu?
Kukuba ukakhona uyithalusa ekwenkasizo.
Unamalungelo akuhlala endaweni le because ndiki mixala kasi so that's why ndiki bolela kasi so to lesizulu ngase.
Well, I was mixing Zulu and English, and when I was talking about this.
All right. Which one maybe you can best read it in English and best translate it or interpret it in Zulu for accused number 2?
unelungelo la kuthola ummeli wakho lo mthandayo kuthi or sikutholele le mmeli lo uzobhadala estate uhulumeni and unamalungelo akuthula lento uzoyikhuluma izosebenzisa enkantolo mase ikhuluma.
You are stammering.
So no just stammer. Ape, that's why we get like English, Sesotho, mixed languages. Sesotho is not my mother tongue.
I am bound to stammer because that's why I actually said that I used all this language, English, Zulu, and Setswana. Because Zulu is not exactly my mother tongue.
Mr. Mapen was a Zulu speaker.
Mabena o bele motho wa bolela Sezulu again.
Mutabele.
He spoke in Ndebele. Why call me Ndebele?
But Sitebele is closer to Zulu.
See Ndebele, see how feel Sezulu.
Ngano realo mare.
Well, I can say that, but I can't really confirm because this is not my language. But
let's move on. On the 17th of June 2020, accused number 2 was booked out from his cell into a boardroom.
Got the 17th June 2020, but my choice is selling Commissioner boardroom. So long, 17th June 2020, why Kisha selling that? Well, for that is correct,
and the participants there were yourself, Mabena, Kola, and Gininda, including accused number 2.
But I'm for Ibeluena, Mabena, Mogola, Gininda, Rape, Limlat Fashavid.
Mr.
Gomezu, are we rehashing the very same? I've been keeping quiet, but you're asking the very same questions you asked yesterday. That's why this witness keep on saying, I'll respond to you or answer to you the way I answered you yesterday. So I just want to know, are you rehashing it again?
But I must not place the version of accused in full.
You have done so.
Because, my lord...
No, you can do it. I'm just telling you, you did the same yesterday.
Yes, but my lord, let me just be clear, so that we are in a common page here.
Yes.
When I was cross-examining, I was picking certain versions that will fit the question under cross-examination. I reserved the full version of accused.
Okay, fine.
Hence, there will be such a repetition of answers.
Okay, fine. You can go on.
Thank you. Outside the boardroom, there were police officers.
I'd like to reiterate again this question. Which police from where?
Then accused number 2 was interrogated about the death of Senzo Meyiwa. And he denied his involvement.
That is correct.
And he was further asked about his whereabouts on the 26th of October 2014.
And October 2014. I reiterate, it is true. That is correct. So like we are almost of it to wind up in Osula 26 October 2014. Not yet. Yeah, fully finished our books.
Yes, his answer was that if he was not at his workplace, he is at home, referring to KwaZulu-Natal.
And ha araba orle. Ha lo re ke be ke se moshomong, ke le gae and ha bolla ka gae ora hore o ba le KwaZulu-Natal.
Ke tlo le araba gape ke boletse ka re mangapilanyana ya KwaZulu-Natal a go gopola mpotsa o mpotsa ka go ba le moshomong mining.
I'm going to reiterate that I do not know he didn't mention anything about KwaZulu-Natal. I don't remember him saying anything about that. What he told me about was that he was at work. KwaZulu-Natal and Kumbule Esho Lutong I Kumla what way now is some 17
And may I confirm this with accused number 2, my lord? It's very crucial. Thank you, madam. In the courtroom, you asked, or Brigadier Kininda asked accused number 2 to take off his clothes.
Kama botumu Brigadier Kininda, wela ko ba molatu fatsha gore wa bu.
Ke tlo le araba gape Mr. Mgomezi. Maabane ke go ditsheka. Brigadier Kininda o ba se yo and Brigadier Kininda a se motho gore a ka tlhapaola motho a mapola diaparo. Ka se go ba it is inhuman to do that.
Well, I'm going to repeat again that Brigadier Kininda, for starters, was not present there. And number 2, Brigadier Kininda is not the type of person that is going to ask to take clothes off a person because that is inhuman.
No.
So answers of in the foot Brigadier Kininda, so I get collab. And the footy go Brigadier Kininda, no, so Olomuntu Onga Kumulumuntu E Bash, Agunabu law.
My instruction is that accused number 2, he refused because on the basis that there was a woman in the presence of, in his presence.
Latofacha Oriana, Willa Rana Wapula, Galabagala, Nalamutu Musad.
Sabole Jarape, Tanzi, our Wujeni, the below Tante Jarale Lemiro, Ergama Polavian, Pelagabatu, Unama Pulisagante. I
think accused number 2 must tell you the truth, because how could we ask him to disrobe, to take his clothes off when there were people there, when there were women there, when there were people from outside there? What does Fanela Thursday actually clean this over? This is not lunch and Basha, Pamu, Abantu, Pamu, and Swaza, and Gunabandabani, Abangu.
Then photos were taken from him and asked him about the gold tooth.
If he says pictures were taken, who amongst us took those pictures? Is it
I would like you to answer the question because such questions will be covered on my version, on the version of accused number 2.
That is not true.
The following day, accused number 2 was booked out again and taken to his workplace at Sibanye Steel Waters in Carltonville, Northwestern Ori.
When Pamoja, La Misha, go Sivanye, Still Waters, go Western area, it's in go Carltonville.
Ke Carltonville Western area in our pleketi.
That is true. Western area and Carltonville are in the same area. Yeah, but it is so. But the Western area and Carltonville is in the way.
That's when Brigadier Kininda and Paula also came, when the human resource manager was approached.
That's when Kininda and who?
And Sergeant Mohola.
Kimo, Brigadier Kininda, le Mohola Bailing, ba feature, Liba Tobacco HR.
They came, and you and Mabena approached the human resource manager, including Brigadier Kininda and Sergeant Mohola.
Arikimo, Brigadier Kininda, le feature, le Sergeant Mohola, when Libona, Lima Bena, la Bulela, Liba Tobacco HR. That is correct.
That was when a statement was given to you to say accused number 2 was not working on that particular day.
That is correct.
It's my instruction that accused number 2, at the time, everyone came out of the offices to the parking area. Brigadier Kininda was always in and out, completing certain forms. He was in and out, back to the human resource manager.
Go parking, go parking. Brigadier Kininda kana go obaya hodimo di fasi awela go HR and azabe awela kana.
Na go polo diragala bjalo e fela Brigadier Kininda o tla tla ikarabela.
I do not remember that happening, but Brigadier Kininda will come and answer for himself. So I mean, I get excited when I go to Brigadier Kininda to Sofia as those Kurume.
My lord, it's 11:15. Can we take a tea break?
Okay. Yes, 15 minutes.
On the version of accused person who, after the investigations were regarding his whereabouts on the 26th of October 2014.
Re re sentse rola ka gore molato ba le ka 26 ja October 2014.
Accused person informed me that Brigadier Kininda went to the hospital of the mine.
Molato re Brigadier Kininda o ile a sepetlele sa kwa maini
to confirm if
o Brigadier Kininda wangi umsolo nje uthi Brigadier Kininda wa sepetlele sa semaini
he went to the hospital of the mine and to inquire about his injuries.
Alo bushaka ka hore o go bitse bjang ayobuza ukuthi ulimele kanjani.
Then he brought certain documents that were not revealed to him.
O la bua ka asori document je abasabontshwang jona uwa kuyephethe amaphepha angazange avunyelwe ukuthi awabone.
Can you say something?
Nka se fetolele Brigadier Kininda a ke a di bona lo mangwalo a reng Brigadier Kininda o tla tla a fetolela Brigadier Kininda o tseba eng ka ona.
I would not want to answer for Brigadier Kininda about those papers that he claims that he had, because I did not see them. Brigadier Kininda will come and answer for himself about those papers. Again, Brigadier Kininda ngamaphepha kuthiwa wayewaphethe Brigadier Kininda uzofika yena azochaza ngala maphepha kuthiwa wayewaphethe.
It is the version of accused number 2 that after that meeting, after that investigation in Carltonville, after he has denied his involvement, he denied that he ever admitted any involvement in the commission of.
Msola emva umlatfatore kamera ore video dinyanyagisho ko Carltonville wena hana ore yena wa ameka mota ngiyahula esenzo ni sola ke uyaphika ukuthi emva kophinyelwa lase Carltonville waphika futhi ukuthi yena uyathinteka kodabeni lokula ka Senzo Meyiwa. That is not true.
Before he was booked in at Pretoria North, he was severely assaulted by the Metro Police officers.
The Metro Police officers. I do not know about that.
Question now is, was he ever taken to a dentist to confirm if he had a gold tooth or not?
Yes, I took him there.
What was the outcome of the examination?
I don't remember correctly, but there are medical records in the docket.
Yes, it's my instruction that accused number 2, it was found that he has never put any gold teeth in his mouth.
I can't say no because we're going to see the medical records inside the docket.
Accused will come and tell the court that on the 19th on the date the alleged confession was taken, he was assaulted by the Metro Police officers, including Mabena, who was in your company. The Metro Police officers that were present was Buthelezi, Jonathan, and Mr. Mabena, who were involved in the assault and torturing and chopping of accused number 2.
Kadi 19 kachachile wela ajwa confession galona. Mla tupata order wela ajwa iba pulisha kwa metro katlono lima kabe lima ben. Bari bai lima mutia Buthelezi, Jonathan lima bena and mo baila ba mutia hape ba mutsensha lili chu. I do not accept that because I don't know anything about them. He would have informed me if he had been assaulted. During a period of where you being jelly.
Who was driving the Toyota Fortuner? On that day, he was transported to Morocco.
He drive again. He drive again.
It was. I was the driver of that car. What we mean, I actually motor Toyota Fortuner. I didn't see Morocco.
It's my instruction that as he was transported, a car parked next to a certain filling station where he saw a board reflecting Albertine.
Mara hasa ile baba msamaisha kana kule wila ayema mupati hofili the garage mwele ngabona sign hearing Albertine. Joy samhambisa bafika lapha emisa khona garage la yabona khona kune board elithi Albertine.
Phela buchawa re ya Morocco, re sa ya Morocco. Dilona jetse re sa ya Morocco afro.
Yes.
I want an explanation of whether it was when we were still on our way to Morocco.
This is the version of accused. I said I'll cover that during the course of the... You can't pose questions on me.
We are working in cooperation here. So if there is something that I do not understand, I need to ask.
Yeah.
So as much as when you have something you do not understand, you can ask me.
I agree. But the bottom line is I'm putting the version as is of accused number 2. He was stopped, or the Toyota Fortuner stopped next to a filling station, and that's when, a short while, the motor vehicle that was driven by Jonathan arrived.
This is not true.
Yes. It was a Golf, and later on you were joined by Buthelezi and Mapumulo, who were driving a Nissan, hardboard Nissan, a Paki.
Buthelezi lima Mapumulo was driving hardboard Nissan. I'm disputing that. Trying a puberty,
accused was taken out of the motor vehicle, the Toyota Fortuner. and brought to the motor vehicle that was driven by Jonathan.
Ba re mamisha koloi e be e rile ke Jonathan. Ba misa ke le moto e shaila o Jonathan.
He was seated at the back right side of the motor vehicle of Jonathan.
Ba le ba me ka morao ka mo side la right la koloi eo. That is not true.
Sergeant Mabena was on the left-hand side at the back.
Sergeant Mabena vale ka morao ka mo left.
Constable Buthelezi was on the next to accused, but the door was open for the right back.
But Sergeant Buthelezi no la ka morao ale ha o file mlatfatso e mal batho le butse. Sergeant Buthelezi ke no engemumva ngapha ngawesukudla kodwa ke umnyango uvulile.
Then Jonathan was on his knees on the right, or on the seat, driver's seat, and he pushed that driver's seat towards accused number 2 and pressed him hardly on his knees.
But Jonathan, you know, vale kamo student samu anua koloi ele ila pushisha marao student sela sam driver koloi ore sele se go bacha molato fatso mo mangwele. That is not true. Agunja.
That's when Mabena was using a silver plastic truets which covered the face of accused number 2 with the purpose of choking him, suffocating him.
Mabena eno bashimsha plastic silver ya truets ore atine molato fatso moya. That is not true.
And Constable Buthelezi was blocking the accused number 2 from getting out of the motor.
Constable Buthelezi that is not true.
Then you immediately after that, you actually moved from that place and you went to next to a dumping area. On the way, it's on the way to Albertine.
Dumping site
I want to find out what was I traveling in when I went to the dumping site.
Immediately after that incident of chopping and assaulting, the cars traveled, all of them, to that dumping area.
I'm about to move like a plastic but it's going to come at the jazz, dumping area.
Dumping area.
I dispute that because I don't remember us passing a dumping area.
All the cars stopped at that area, and that area, there are stairs. Stairs with steel poles.
I'm still disputing all of that. I am reiterating.
So the handcuffs were taken out from the hands of accused, which were where he was handcuffed from behind. And one of his hand with a handcuff. The other handcuff was put on the steel pipe.
Are ba le ba mo fela ka en cafe ngwetsi mo en cafe ya Senzo mo CP. That is not true. Aglon qiniso le.
Then his jacket was taken off.
Are ba le ba mapula ba ikena ya bir. That is not true. Aglon qiniso le.
Then the assault continued as previous.
That is not true.
Brigadier Gininda arrived in a white BMW with Sergeant Mohola and one gentleman with the braces.
Brigadier Gininda ola ta BMW show as bla Sergeant Mohola le mona
Crispin.
Over already Crispin.
Tata Mogomezu. Saole Jaga, Pella which times always in it. But the John as in need.
Mr. Muzo, I still ask you to tell you the truth because all of this is not true.
BMW will Langayon. It's a new model. I see model 1 2020.
The BMW that you are referring to is a new model. It's not a 2020 model.
The latest BMW. Where's I show me?
No, it's the latest BMW. We are not using it. The BMW
and Brigadier Gininda Azanga no Atamena.
And Brigadier Gininda never came close. Brigadier Gininda Sunday.
Yes. When he arrived, are you done?
Yes, finished.
Yes, I'm finished.
When during the course of the assault and torturing, there's a device that was also used.
But I have a sense of Amodria when I didn't train binding way.
Accused number 2 was poured with water from his front part of his body. From his front part of the body.
I dispute that. People to sort of speak.
And he was electrocuted by Mabena, Jonathan, and Buthelezi exchanging.
I'm sorry, Shaga, Mutakasi, Ilima Bena, Buthelezi, Jonathan, Batushan. I dispute that. I get people to Bamba Bago case, Jonathan Buthelezi, no Maben.
When the plastic was removed and accused number 2 was bleeding from his nose.
Badly, however, to some plastic here over Pretoria, not to Pretoria, and now over Choma, you got him. I don't know how I'm going to answer you because this is continues to be lies. He
informed me that you did not participate in the assault at the garage as well as in the
as he explains to you, where was I when he was being assaulted?
It is my instruction that you, at the time, during the course of the assault, you will actually move away from. And you came back and he heard you saying, Yegelan demand.
And the when I will how fit our Torelam now.
The dame commission. I can say what I'm not giving. Munda Sagano Vetiwa.
Mr. Muzo, let me, I don't know how to explain this, but this person was not assaulted. He was not taken out of my car because I wouldn't allow it.
ska senyetsa kgoro nako a bolela maaka le nako ya gago ba tlhompega ntate Ngomešo o bontšha seriti ka lo tša go botšang tšona ka maaka le bjalo di tšwa mo molomo wa gago a di kgatlhiše because a ska le phara ka maaka a bolele nnete a sanga rano ya mafelo a sanga la matapi really straight Moroka police station.
And he must tell you the truth. He mustn't tell you lies because this is now impacting on your dignity. You are a very dignified person. You mustn't make you say lies because we never stopped anywhere until we went to Morocco.
I'll keep on giving you. That means I'll proceed to carry the mandate by giving you the version of accused number 2. Can we proceed?
I'm finished. You can continue.
After you said Yegelan demand, then there was a meeting shortly after that. He was losing. That's then you drove to Soweto.
That is ilapho yena ngene emotweni naseni eSoweto.
Sagana ke ra ema feel.
I'm still refusing, saying that we never stopped anyway. Sakuphika namanje ngoba sange sime ndawo.
You, Mabena, and accused number 2 drove into Chris Hane Baragwanath Hospital. Where you met Colonel Rapad.
No, I'm still reiterating that I'm disputing that.
Then Colonel Rapadu gave the keys to his wife. They were in company of a child.
No, I'm still disputing that. I didn't see that.
It's my instruction that you drove with Colonel Rapadu to Orlando, and you parked at an open area next to ATMs that were no longer functioning.
I'm disputing that.
So the cars parked there. Accused man, he was taken out of your motor vehicle, and the assault continued.
Well, colleague, I am away.
And Brigadier Kininda arrived. With Sergeant Mohole.
Dadam Ngomešo kora ke tsonna re ga le ke nda o fitla ga kae Interrogation o fitlhile kwa site and le ka mo fitlhela ga
I do not understand how many times this Brigadier Kanenda arrives, because even that other side, when we were supposed to have been assaulting him, he kept arriving. Tangazi ukuthi lo Brigadier Kanenda ufika ngoba nangale la bekuthiwa khona besimshaya uphinde wafika futhi.
I'll request you to deny or admit and substantiate if necessary.
Ngikupa le ngorele kapa le gane kapa le tlhalose ga ile re o banyake.
When he arrived, he opened the boot of the BMW and sat on the edge of the boot and took out certain documents.
Bara ola Africa emisha BMW kamra kutia wana adula forward and the dog manager. Tell me figure lapho Africa Miss BMW ofuna ibuthe BMW wahlala phezulu kwayo lapha engcupheni la yelo iBMW waseke evula ama document athisi.
Akusakana lapha.
I am still disputing that. It's a big analo.
Yes. He gave those documents to Colonel Rapatu, and that's when accused number 2 was forced to sign those documents.
But you want to la mapepa athatwane ku Colonel Rapatu ilapho ke bodoloja babirije wa rifa Colonel Rapatu elimo ba ile nga gapeletswa gore a sign the babirije.
Kusakana lapha.
I'm still disputing that. Kaila to kona wani ama paper Colonel Rapatu and ilapho ke umsolo abamphoqa khona ukuthi assign lama document. Iyaphika lo.
There were documents or there were pages that were not stamped with his thumb. As a result, they were completed at Morocco Police Station.
Marona libambirije asabe ya munona ahe mojana and the chewe dile jafelle ko police station ya Morocco.
Iwa ka bona brigadier Ginda o tla ikarabela ga ilori yena ba go pola nna ja bona dipampiri.
As for me, I did not see that Brigadier Ginda may come and confirm that if he does remember any of them. I mean, I don't think born mawukuthi Colonel Ginda ukhona into ayibona uzoza azozikhulumela.
In the nutshell, both confessions by accused number 2 were not freely and voluntarily given by accused number 2.
Mafelo dikamogelo tša molato tše pedi tše ba re di saenne ke molatofatšwa ga di dira a lokologile.
And it's my instruction or
cha umsolo sibili ke ushuthi ke lokuvuma izono kwakhe kabili wa akazange kwenze ekhululekile.
and my instruction further is that from the day he was arrested on the 16th of June until or up to the 24th when the alleged confession was taken, he was not in a rightful state of mind because of the assaults.
I don't go to June ka tšatši sore nka lona go fitlhela ka di 24 o mo barleng o saenne kamogelo ya melato o ba sa a se mo dikelong tše di botse ka gore ba fela ba motseye.
Madam Gomezule re ke yeso o tloga ka di 16 fela ka di 23 24 a bethwa oraro o na sa tla o tla phela o ba sa le o a tla tšaga go tsemelo ga o ga le le ba bethwa di re menta re mo chupa re electrify a tsona o ba tla ba sa phela no.
Well, so let me put it this way. If this person had been assaulted from that day, from the 16th to the 24th, and being choked and with all that assault, was he still going to be the same as he is now? Now, what he be shooting better and Juba way shout so I'm class 16 from class 24. They look at fire no plastic canda. Shoot twice a below fire, a bomb officer now okay, so shooting and better. The sense was good.
Sorry, is there a word which you use? Natlas san apela. Did you use that word?
Well, already Ubasata appeal.
O ba tla phela na nka ba sa phela lo.
As an interpreter, I understand most of these languages. Tell it as it is. It says, if you are subjected to such chubing, assault, etc., would he still be alive? Is that how you are putting it, sir?
Oh, bagging and Bella wines or gonka lokushawa by okay, Safari, they show Bezo Kubere is appeal.
And in the office, that's his instruction, that in the office in room 2, in Boksburg Court. He did not sign any document.
Good office in go room 2 or Boxback. I don't know signing.
e o nga se itse ba re e ba signa be ke se yona.
I wouldn't be able to know that because when they signed, I wasn't there. I lokho ke angeke ngakwazi ukuthi ngiphendule ngoba ngesikhathi besayinda ngangingekho.
And there's something that I've omitted, which was said by Colonel Rapado at Orlando.
Na into ke sekanga bolela ka yona e boletseng Colonel Rapado ko Orlando.
Colonel Rapado, after he observed the assault and the tubing of the accused person, he asked if this person is still alive.
Colonel Rapado ha bona ba mo tshupa ba mo dialo je ka moka wela o tshore ana monna o santja phela.
e ba ditse.
I do not know about that. I tried to pass.
So he was further after the 24th at room 2. He said he didn't sign. Then he was taken to another place in Jimiston.
But come around as a signing at 24, wela ba majia ba misha go playing him which Jimiston. I do not remember that.
That is next to industrial. It's an industrial area. There are firms around it.
No, I do not remember about that.
He was subjected to threat, assault until he signed documents.
Very more ba mo tshushetsa aba mo tria go fihlela sign document je.
Ke boletse ke re tso gore di wa ba thwanga ona na ya makatsa ka gore nka ba ile spetlele gore nga ba boletse ba metha asanga no bethwa ena asanga no shua mo ke agana.
Well, I dispute that because at the rate at which he claims to have been assaulted, he would have been taken to hospital or he would have said something about it. But I, for one, dispute that. Intellectual ngayo kwakufanele ukuthi wayiswe esibhedlela mhlambe ke angitshele ukuthi ushaya kodwa ke mina ngiyaphika konke lokho.
As a result of that, there were few blood stains, blood that spilled on the papers that he was signing.
But ka go ba tiwa ona le madi a ile ga tsologela mo pampiring ena ngwala yo.
Lebelela ka ya Morocco or ka ya Boksburg.
Do you mean referring to the Morocco one or the Boksburg one?
My version follows up to Jimiston industrial area.
Yeah, ka isipela go fihla go Jimiston industrial area.
Ke agana ke bana pampiri tsa madi nna e bila sangara no.
I dispute that. I didn't see any paper that was bloodied and I would like to film on it. I did not see those papers.
All right.
No, paper and acres.
All right. You said on the 22nd of June.
Sorry. Mr. Commissioner, when you say there were documents which were bloodied, what are you referring to? Which documents are you pertinently referring to?
I'm referring to the pro forma and the statement that was taken by Magistrate Mrs. Cronier. Cronier, my lord.
So it was bloodied before it was taken to her?
No. In her office, accused denied that he signed any document.
Yeah, quite.
Then they proceeded to Jimiston industrial area,
right,
where he was beaten, and there were documents that were introduced to the accused. After the assault, there was a spilling of blood on those documents.
Are these the documents which were handed up to court by your colleague, Mr. Baloyi, yes, sir.
My lord.
The pro forma was handed up, remember?
That's correct.
Is that the document you are referring to?
That's the document, but when it was put on Mrs. Cronier about the nature of the documents, that's where I asked whether are there any blood stains in those documents. She said no. because that's the way I put the version to say those documents that are in your possession must have some blood stains because blood spilled on the documents that accused number 2 signed. Yes, madam.
Okay.
May I proceed?
Yes, yes.
On the 22nd of June 2020, you said accused number 2 appeared in Shabane Magistrate Court.
What about 27th June 2020? That is correct. Yabusolo Vela Katolo Yase Shabane 22
22nd of June.
22nd of June 2020.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
He appeared in person. Or physically. Did he appear physically?
That is correct.
Was he represented?
The first time he didn't have a lawyer.
I'm in possession of a document which we agreed with my colleague Malot. That document is marked VV1. VV1 Malot. We recently discovered. It's a recently discovered document.
What is that document? I don't know.
It's about
yes.
I'm in possession of this document.
Yes, I have it.
Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, I know it.
Can you please place on record what is on the on the tram lines after the official stamp? On the top part of the document, there are tram lines there.
It's Sabani CHC Dental Services.
Shabane CHC Dental Services.
Do you know what is that?
Yes, I know it.
What is it?
Kisuma. It is a document, it's a report from it's a report from the dentist.
Yes. The names written.
Bongani Sandison Tansi.
It's Bongani Sandison Tansi. Bongani Sandison Tansi.
All right. What is more important about this document is the date in which it was completed. Can you see the date?
I can see it.
What is the date there?
22 of 6, 2020.
22 of 6, 2020.
All right. Does it? It was signed by the accused.
Yes, it was. You ever was signed up?
So when was this document completed?
Document
What time was it completed? Do you know?
Yes, I do know.
What time was it?
After Michije court kwa Tlhabane.
It is after we had taken him to court in Tlhabane.
Is the time stipulated in this document?
Nako ingwadilwe mo documenting eo.
I do not
see the time. I don't know if you'll be able to direct me to where the time is.
That's the reason why I'm asking about time, because the version of accused number 2 that he was taken to this institution, he never appeared in court on the 22nd of June 2020.
Ata go koron ya go gari 22 kudaju.
Dadam gome zula bala ne tere Michije court gal chachileo pele reamo dentist.
You must stop the truth, because we took him to court before we took him to the dentist. Fala kulmikini somoba sami yesa enkanto de gaga ikutokotela masi.
Before I conclude my cross-examination on accused number 2, may I approach him, my lord, to check if there's something outstanding?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, my lord. Can you proceed to accused number 1?
Kaya gumla tukachoma chomo.
Accused number 1 was arrested on the 30th of May 2022. Remember that?
Mla tukachoma chomo ila sora gadi 13 May 2020 wa ukula.
Isingari 13, I think ari 30.
30th.
Not 13.
It was the 30th, not the 13th.
30th. It's the 30th of May.
That is true. Yabo was from 30 to May 2020.
And he was taken to court on the 1st of on the 1st of June 2020.
Elisha Horongari 1st June 2020.
Posholwa the Demgomezulu also got 31. 30.
To correct you, Mr. Mumizuri, he was arrested on the 31st, not on the 30th.
All right, in order to clarify that aspect, to the state, I think, is in possession of SAP. Okay, beside that, there's evidence from Mr. Tillis that he was present on the 30th of May when he arrested accused number 1.
Can you please come again?
There's evidence before this honorable court given by Constable Butelis, who confirmed that accused number 1 was arrested on the 30th of May 2020 around 1 o'clock in the morning during the day.
Arrest ya kwa Valeria ya Pretoria.
I wasn't there, but I'm reading from the OB book of Valeria in Pretoria.
Yes. That's correct, because it reflects the time in which he was brought in. What does it say? What time was he booked in?
Mokeng ba re o ile a tsentshana kuma
e ngwetswe mo godimo e ngwetswe Sunday the 31st of May 2020.
On top it's written the 31st of May 2020. Phezulu kubhalwe ukuthi mhla 31 kuMay 2020.
OB number 2187.
OB number is 2187.
Nako 020 to 2 in the morning, 0140.
The time was 20 to 2 in the morning.
Yes, the time of arrest is on the 30th of May. The time for booking in is the 31st of May, the following day, because it was early hours of Sunday morning.
Also regarding date ja May ba go tsentshwa gare ibe iliga matsa a di 31st.
No, ke akwisha ka re be ke se go ba moswara nna tšatši le la di 30 la di 30.
Yes, I understand, but I wasn't present when he was arrested on the day of the 30th. Of the 30th. Yeah, we get go so kodwa mina ngekho isikhathi eboshwe.
Yes, that's the reason why I'm taking you on the day of the 1st of June 2020.
Ngikawakale ukuja kwisha on the 1st of June 2020.
Were you involved? Did you interact with accused number 1 on that day?
Kachajile wila bulala mlathu fasho.
Awa.
No. Kanza ngikhulumena.
Who took accused number 1 to court?
Kimani uchare kimangu misha.
Which again?
I was the one who took him to court. Mina amthatha mse court.
So do you have the records of the court in which you took him to?
Hona le mo le ngo khorong gore o ile misha khorong.
OB ye ke yona bolela kana di records tsa court.
I don't have the records of the court. It's the OB that has that information. The law was do lapha OB ngoba nginawo ama records of court.
When he was taken to court, were you accompanied by the escort?
Gabe misha khorong be ona le batho ba ne ba le felicity. It is correct. Yebo khona batho spells and skat.
Are you aware that on the 30th of May, 2020, there was an alleged confession that was taken by Colonel Mboto?
Was over regarding 30 Jamie, only Wamahela Mulato, Ilemajuage, Colonel Mboto. Yes, you know to try to do me. Kwa kona ukuvumisana okwa bala uKennel Mboto. No, I do not know.
That means Brigadier Kininda never communicated to you that accused number 1 has or had made the confession.
Brigadier Kininda ha obochora mlato fatoma toma u amukechi mlato.
Sanga mpuja si.
No, he didn't tell me about anything.
Now in court, to which date was it postponed to? You know?
Yale, kama khorong wele mlato wa boshitwa mrago go ya jajile bifi.
A ke tsebe tla bolela ke tla tseba ke Sergeant Mokola ga re kena e leng toketara ga itse nna mo tshoma ga nne wa go bisha court.
No, I'm unable to answer that. It will be only answered by Sergeant Mokola because it was her docket. My only responsibility was to take him to court.
Was Sergeant Mokola present when you took accused number 1 to court?
Sergeant Mokola, was she present when you took the accused to court? Sergeant Mokola, no, she wasn't there. We only met in court, me and her.
Before, after the postponement?
no ko mhuri court ke re ke ana na police authority.
I found her in court. She was the one that was responsible for placing the docket. So I told her in court, you know, I finally docket to court.
So, your involvement, in actual fact, after because the matter was postponed to the 8th of June 2020.
June 2020.
You were not involved on that day.
It's June. Ngalo ba ke le ke lo re be ke lo gona ka gore ke nna ke makgetlo ma ntse ke nna ke mmitšang court.
It is possible that I was present because I was the one who was taking him on most occasions to court.
Yes. Well, after the matter was remanded, to which court was it, to which police station or prison was he remanded to? Or to which prison was he remanded to?
Azanga isho prison, we should police station.
No, he wasn't taken to prison, he was taken to a police station. Why is a police station?
Do you have any letter confirmed by the station commissioner or commander that he can be kept at Villarreal police stations?
Station commander, I lose one logo, Villarreal police station.
I should go village. Sergeant Bibi Mohola, Otata Araba Mara Mangalo Nariamana, Garbagasemuchi, police station, Sahopela, Temishin.
No, like I've said, Sergeant Bibi Mohola will come and tell the court about that, but then when the police station was not going to accept him unless we had such a letter. Sergeant Bibi Mohola uzoza azosikhulumela ngaloko kodwa ke angeke bamthathe police station ukuthi akuzange kube nencwadi ebhaliwe.
On the 5th of June, on the 5th of June, before the on the 5th of June 2020 in Albertine, were you present?
June 2020 go Albertine. That is correct.
What was your involvement there?
Misha for pointing out.
It was taking him out for an identification.
Pointing out.
For? For a pointing out.
Pointing out.
All right. In Albertine. That's what I was saying.
Albertine, Michel Albertine police station.
Yes, I took him to the Albertine police station. Yeah, Albertine police station.
Yes, on the 2nd of June, he was booked out again. Do you remember that?
I do not remember.
Which day was he taken to an old man, the Inyanga?
I don't remember the actual date, but it was still in June.
What was it? Were you present?
That is correct.
What was the purpose of going to the Inyanga?
Ke ile ga botsa ke gazile ke ninda le ba mogola bibi gore o nya gore bontšha ngaka kwa Palm Ridge.
I was told by Brigadier Kinensa and Sergeant Bibi Mkhola that our accused wanted to go and show us a traditional healer.
Palm Ridge.
In Palm Ridge. You can go on.
Ya bontšha ngaka ye le gore o ile go yona pele Meyiwa a bolaiwa.
He was going to point out the traditional healer that he went to before Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Why is Commissioner Ngaya Engagabula Senzo Meyiwa?
Will I be wrong? You must tell me if I'm wrong. That the purpose of that exercise was to point out the person whom they consulted prior to the commission of the offense.
O consult wa bedi ke ngaka o ile ngake o consult o yana ke o botšiša ke yona nna information ke le go gore o ile re bontšha ngaka o re o diragetseng a ke tsebe.
Well, consulting a traditional healer is going to see the traditional healer, but what happened when they went to the traditional healer, as far as because I do not know. Babe nyangeni ngoba phela vele uyo nyangeni ukuthi bafike benza nyangeni engekho ngazi.
Yeah, my question is simple. Can I correct me if I'm wrong according to how you understand it? Ne? My question is, can that be not regarded as a pointing out?
Really, you can see when you're not pointing out here.
No, if you see pointing out to I want to pointing out the is pointing out the already formal nelo bonchana la ba mpudi jorno ke mo drive ke mishi wana mo backup.
No, there were two pointing outs, but this is cannot be regarded as a formal pointing out. It was just going to show us. Like he had actually mentioned that he had actually gone to see a traditional healer.
If you say it's not formal, that means it does not require the involvement of a commissioned officer.
The person that can explain at length about this is Sergeant Mukula, because this is a docket. When he said, I got the instruction from Brigadier Ginenda that he wants to go and show us a traditional healer.
If it is the...
we are like, oh, but Gangi, Chedu, Brigadier Ginenda, we just can be seen young. My own opinion, I'm going to have Sergeant Mukula, over there, he took it here.
Let's go to the 6th of June 2020.
I didn't go to 6th of June 2020.
Accused number 1 was booked out. From Villeria police station.
6th of June.
6th of June. The 6th. Yeah. 06/06/2020.
Yes, I can see it.
Was he booked out from Villeria police station?
Villeria police station? That is correct.
To where?
Sorry?
To where? Where was he taken to?
If I remember correctly, we went to his home in Nongo.
For what good reason?
Address verification.
We're going to do an address verification. So
you verified that address?
go ya fitla ga bodin.
Yes, we did arrive at his home, it is true. Yebo safika kubo kuliqiniso.
The 8th of June 2020 was the date for formal bail application. Do you agree?
Ka di 8 June ibe le tšatši la bail application now ya.
Nga se gopola ga re ke bolela ke re dokete ke Sergeant Bibi Mogola ke yana ga gopolang gore be le tšatši la eng.
No, I wouldn't be able to confirm that because, like I said, this docket belongs to Sergeant Bibi. She's the one who may be able to confirm that. Again, I was with the dispenser sort of over. It docket ka Sergeant Mogola wena go ungakwazi ukuphendula lo.
But I can't lose the fact that you are working as the investigating team. You are working as a team in investigating this case.
That is correct. Yeah, but since I say
If the accused person, according to the version, I understand you were not present on the 30th of May 2020, but his version is that he was assaulted. I cannot explain much because you were not present on that day.
Maragadi Titi were in it all well at Marangasi to Olympic when I was so on a That is true, I wasn't present.
When he was taken to Fosloras next to a municipality area, were you also present?
Hi, Bamisha go Fosloras, how feeling like Yamas Palata, Ubolovan.
After he was booked out on the 31st. On the 31st.
Very 31st.
Na go pala ka 31st ke mishitse ke bolela ntwe ke ngotshonga mo ga go pola ka kgaleng.
Let me just refresh my mind because it's a long time ago.
Na go pala ke Misha court mo ising home.
I remember is that I took him to court and nowhere else.
So I quickly consulted Mr. Thank you, my lord. That concludes my cross-examination.
Yes, Mr. Nisi?
As it please the court, madam, I do not have any questions to the witness for now.
When are you going to have questions for the witness?
Yes, madam.
When are you going to have questions for the witness?
This is subject to what the state has elected the court to. Thank you, madam.
Okay, fine. Mr. Umaro?
Wait, this is the court, my lord. I also do not have questions for now because I'm having a difficulty since this witness was not led to the events of the 6th of July 2020. So I was informed by my colleague for the state that the witness is going to be called later. So at that time, when the witness is called again, I'll have cross-examination.
So you're expecting Mr. Baloi to recall this witness?
Yes, that is what he indicated to us.
I see. Okay, fine.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Ms. Mshololo?
Thank you, my lord. My lord, I do have questions, but with the leave of the court, my lord, I would ask now the time is 1:45. I need to consult with my learned friend, Mr. Mgomezulu, regarding the questions I have. as well as Mr. Baloyi regarding the questions I have on the dockets that have not yet been submitted. My Lord, as a result of that, I would ask that I resume with my cross-examination at 2 o'clock. My Lord, I'll just use these 15 minutes to consult with both counsels.
Okay.
Thank you, my
What's the time now?
Lord. It's 1:45, my Lord.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
No objection, my lord.
So we adjourn until when?
2.
Okay, we adjourn until 2. All in favor? Yes, Mr. Murray?
Thank you, my lord.
Yes. Say on the oath, sir. Dana?
La go bolesa ntle tlase ga tlamo. Confirmed, my lord.
Mr. Mohane, I can't proceed with my cross-examination. When are we getting the dockets? Nongomo and Phosphorus have also requested liaise with the state. I just need a confirmation when are we getting those documents so that I can be able to cross-examine on them.
Re ka se kgone ho tswela pele ka go botša pušo tša rena le so tshware hwetša toketela nomoro le e hwetšaneng.
Ka ke boletša gore ke ka re ke nda ke ena na e tshwere ke tla gore ke tloga mo ka e le go mmotsiša gorena re ka e hwetšaneng.
Like I said, it was in the possession of Brigadier Gininda. When I go out of here, I'm going to ask him if when we are going to get it. Babuzile ukuthi dokete wanongoma ingatholakala nenotha ndoba kuthiwa iphethe ubrigadier Nongoma Brigadier Gininda mesuka la uzozama ukuthi ayokhulumisana nobrigadier Gininda uze itholakala.
Okay, it's fine. I'll reserve my cross-examination until tomorrow morning when you bring those documents. There was a ruling also by this court, Honorable Court, that you summarize the investigations and the cases that you were dealing with so that it can be handed to us and their respective dockets to those investigations so that we can have a look at them before we conclude our cross-examination. You remember that? Can you get that information also tomorrow morning?
I will try to get them. Zamuti is told nalogo ukuthola inkantolo ukuthi ukwenza ukuthi ukuthika fushane ubhale uchaze ngala ma case lawa ukuze ama lawyers akwazi ukuwabheka.
Okay. In the meantime, let me proceed with very few questions. Then I will conclude tomorrow morning when we have supplied us with that information. Firstly, I want you, Mr. Mohane, to define for me the unit that you belong to. I know you said it's a, what did you say? It's police what?
National Cold Case Investigation Unit.
It's called the National Cold Case Investigation Unit.
Okay. What type of the cases that you are dealing with in this unit?
We work with cases, we focus on the cases which the police stations were unable to solve. Police station
Okay.
Stations that are open or about 2 shekels to get the
Also, we work with cases where the police stations actually come to us and request us to assist with them as they are being investigated. Futhi sebenza ngama case lapho esikara khona ama 8 days zamapolice ukuthi ka sibasize nanoma besaqhubeka kuphela.
Okay. That's all.
Yes, I can say that.
Okay. Let's now start with this Nongoma case. Nongoma case 163/10 of 2018. Which category of investigations did it fall under the 2 type of categories we have mentioned? The undetected cases and the referral cases.
Yale case ya kwa Nongoma. Ke mohuta ofe wa di case tse di bereka ka tsona?
Ke melato e leng gore e sa phenywa e le gore le rena re a thusha ka mo go yona.
It is one of the cases which are under investigation where we also help.
Okay.
Yeah, like lawo angase asaphenya nathi ke esifaka isandla ukuthi sisize.
Was it referred to you as if yes, was it referred to you as undetected, or was it referred to you for what reason?
Well, itse mona na ga hore e paletse gore ba kgone go fetsa gore go kgona go fetsa ka yona gore e bereka gore e fihle mo mafelong kapa ba le biditse gore le tlo bereka yona ka mokuta.
Ka go le tse gore lo tse dintsi di fitlela go Brigadier Gininda.
Like I said, everything arrives at the desk of Brigadier Gininda. Josa ngishiloke okuningi kufikela edeskini lika Brigadier Gininda.
Okay, so can I take it that you do not know the reason why this case landed in your unit?
So ngathi gore wena o tsebo re ka ba la re tsela fitla go unit ngale.
Ntho ke tseba gore yona ba le re thushe mo go yona.
All I know is that we were requested to assist in this case. Ngikwaziyo nje ukuthi ifike kithina ngoba sacela ukuthi sisize.
Gore ka gopelo e tlileng go tloga station Nongoma re tla go rena e tseba ke Brigadier Gininda.
As to the request of that came from the police station in Nongoma to come to us, only Brigadier Gininda knows. Manje ukuthi ke isicelo safika kanjani sivela kaNongoma ukuthi sizofika kithina lokwaziwa Brigadier Gininda.
Was there a request or no request? Do you know?
Wile wa le kopo kapa une usina kopo.
Ka ke boletse Brigadier Gininda o tla tlhalosha gore o tlile le kopo kwa se yana a kry le di docket or information and then we are na re botse tsore na e tlile bjang.
Well, it will be explained by Brigadier Gininda how it actually landed with us, because when he gets the request, he doesn't really communicate how the request came to us.
Okay, Mr. Mukhane.
Brigadier Gininda ngoba ke uma kufika lezi sicelo lezi akasichazeli ukuthi lezi sicelo zafika kanjani.
Okay, Mr. Mukhane, let's proceed like this now. Have you testified in court before?
Ngilela fana ukupake forum. That is correct.
If I say, do you know if there was a request or no request, you give answer whether you know or you don't know. Is that clear?
Kubo ile yatla kapa hayatla wena usanje unori waziba kapa uzini.
Please, my lord, I think the witness did say that they were requested to assist, and he said that the reason for being requested to assist would be known by Gininda. So the witness did answer the question.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, it's because I want to get if the witness knew if there was a request or no request. That's what I wanted to get clarity, because if the answer is yes, I want to get to move on and ask who sent that request. So before I move on, my lord, I wanted to clarify if he is aware, the witness.
Now the witness is precise. He says only Gininda can answer that question.
Okay.
They don't ask Gininda any question regarding the dockets which are cold, which are forwarded to their unit. Gininda only is the person who can appropriately testify to that effect.
Thank you, my lord. But then I just want to know from the witness if you know if there was a request or not. You as a person, not Gininda.
Wena kapu wena waziba kapa uzibore uneona le kopo kapa inise ona.
Mamshololo ke sa o beletsa ga pegere nka se ya ba nka sa re e go a o wa ka gore di fitlhela go Brigadier Gininda re tshika monga nka se mo arabele.
I'm unable to answer it. I can't say yes or no because all of these requests arrive directly to are directed at Brigadier Gininda, so I'm unable to answer for him.
Okay.
Cha angeke ngiphendule ngithi yebo noma cha ngoba phela zonke icelo lezi ziyakuqondiswa kuGilinda so angikwazi ke mina uvele ngichaze ukuthi yebo noma cha.
Okay. So when were you asked to be part of the investigating team in that case?
Ekele mo ila kujwaneng hore ube leloko la o dianyakishusho mo khetseng.
Ka January 2020.
It was in January 2020 ngacelwa ukuthi ngiyoba ingxenye yabaphenyi kule ngiwomunye wabaphenyi kulolu daba ngoJanuary 2020.
The accused was arrested in this matter. I'm referring to accused number 2. Was arrested under Nongoma case 16310 of 2018. You understand?
So like wesibini waboshwa kuleli cala 16310 of 2018 lawa Nongoma ngiyakuzwisa lo.
And on all the occurrences that we have booked in and out, accused number 2, I have not seen wherein you say you book out or you book back or you dealt with the accused number 2 in respect of Nongoma case.
Umsolo wakhishwa wangeniswa khishwa wemshumulo tufathola nchiwa zenchwa nchiwa mara una muba ngwala ngore mo bikwa ngore ngwalore umcheshe yona case ya 163 ya 10 ya 18 ya kwanongo.
Maybe I missed it in the OB books when you were reading them.
Maybe aranjo bala mo the OB books bona le mo ke bale jong go bona.
Yes. My question.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Yes.
So in other words, there is no recording referring to the investigation done with accused number 2 under Nongoma case 163/10/2020.
Ukuthi akukho uphenyo lwenziwa ngaphansi kwa 16310 ya kwaNongoma kukhishwe umsolo ukuthi kuyokwenziwa uphenyo. Ora ona ngakishishele incwadi yahlasa ha case ya 16310 18 ya kwaNongoma la tufatwa hanchwa ko awona mo wa elinganchiwa ko ilodi ya ngakishisho mo
ma ga mantse o le bjalo gore bona le morena le file re bulang re recorda mo go yona ke re ma ga mantse re di case di tswa ma di naga ntse dingwe o re ka ntla e re re na le file re khone go yona whatever re dirang re recorda mo.
Well, we have a book where we record all the cases that are coming from outside, coming into our unit.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm referring to your testimony. Yeah. Remember, in examination in chief, you read the occurrence book and the interaction between yourself and accused number 2. Sorry?
I hear you.
I am saying you testified before this court that the reason you apprehended, you arrested accused number 2, it's because you arrested him under Nongoma case. But there is no investigation that is recorded in the occurrence book regarding or referring to that case.
Crime driven intelligence operation. So gona le morongwana wa ka sengwa le mogara o bibile ka lebele la re tshentshena go enyane sa direla khusho around mo Johannesburg. Ere ele ka lebele re motshwere fona go enyane ka regarding case ya Nongo.
If you can check, we only held him for a very short time with regards to the case of Nongo.
Okay, if you are saying you held him for a short time, from when to when?
Ahora le musolena kutsane le rapport ka ane kutsane.
E ka lebella ka di 16 till di 20 ke na tsona go e tshwaraganyane ke lebelele up to the 22nd June.
No, it is the period from the 16th to the 22nd of June. Isikhathi uthiwa ngathi mama isikhathi singanani emayelana le njengokuthi isikhathi lesifishane mungabhekisisi simbambe kusukela ngomhla ka-16 kuyofika mhla ka-22 kaJune.
Okay. Is it also correct, Mr. Mohane, that when you arrested accused number 2 under Nongoma case 163/10 of 2018, you did not have a warrant of arrest?
163 of 10 of 2018 warrant of arrest.
Authorizing you to arrest accused number 2.
That is correct. As ngale case 163 of 10 of 2018 yanganongoma sasengenayo warrant of arrest.
Okay. When he was detained on the first day, on the 16th, were there any constitutional rights that were explained to him? Is there a SAP 14 that was issued to him under Nongoma case when you detained him for the first time on the 16th?
Then I also already 16 Lamatron. Only SAP 14 alien abalwadi together. Yes, we gave it to him.
Which exhibit is that?
2016. We are both Musa Nani Malungelo.
In respect of Nongoma case, I know that one for Pukeng, but if maybe I missed the one for Nongoma. Which exhibit?
I want to remove feeling on it, not negative OP. Soon I'll talk it very well.
There was that one that we had, maybe the advocate has one.
Yeah, it's exhibit LL1.
Exhibit LL1.
Can have a look at this. Hello.
The court orderly.
The other one is the...
Yes, LL1 is there.
LL1 is the one, no? Yeah, right.
Can you read that document?
I can read it, but it is not very legible. But which part do you want me to read?
Yeah, the person who read the rights to the accused.
Sergeant Mohan.
It is Sergeant Mohan.
Were you present?
Yes, I was the one who was writing.
Okay. And when these constitutional rights were read to the accused, it was also read to him that he will be taken to court within 48 hours to know as per the Nongoma case number.
Didn't it?
That is correct.
Okay. Was the accused number 2 taken to Nongoma court?
Mlatfato ubedi ulayishwa kwanongoma.
As per Exhibit LL,
Uzamesha ka exhibit LL.
azange ayisho.
No, it wasn't taken there. Council has athatha iso kwanongoma. Ukuhambisana ukubhale ku exhibit LL.
okay. Who was the investigating officer in Nongoma under this case?
Kimang motho wa ri ya nyekishisho tlas wa utswa kwanongoma mo fetseng.
Hona le captain o mongwe sa mo gore mare o ba dila le Colonel Gininda. Hona le someone, hona le wa dira kwa Nongoma.
There was a certain captain whose name I cannot recall, who was doing this case, but he was communicating with Brigadier Gininda. Kukhona uCaptain uKwanongoma wayesebenza leli cala. Kodwa ke nakhulumisana kakhulu no Brigadier Gininda.
Okay, that's fine. Then in your examination in chief, you testified that on the 19th, you then decided to take accused number 2 to Force Magistrate Court. Am I correct?
Well, when I was 19, when Adjournment wa misha kwa koron yako Force Lawrence. Oh yeah. Let me just check the date here.
Hello, Chagal Obi.
19th of June.
As Congress, we just want to put it on record that that question is actually not correct. It was not a decision of this witness. The way it was put that on the 19th of June, he decided to take accused number 2 to First Lawrence Court is not correct.
Yes, sir.
My lord, that's the evidence of the witness.
Yes, Mr. Balai says that is not correct.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, my lord. I thought she was referring to Morocco, my lord. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I asked for the court's indulgence. I'm still trying to look for this.
Yeah, you decided to take accused number 2 to court. And thereafter, once you were on your way to court, Inanda phoned you to say you must turn back and take him to Rapad. Is that not that piece of evidence?
I'm going to ladies and gentlemen, Ishamula, the Fataporo, Vilela Picha, Mohala, John Bogininda, or Joamo Liemoro. As says the religion as well. This is the same day.
Yes, I listened to the evidence.
No, but
Because the previous day, according to you, the evidence, when accused number 1 wanted to make a statement or a confession before Ginanda, after warning him of his rights, he said, no, I will arrange for somebody to take your statement or confession. That was the previous day when you were at Carltonville, Western area. Is that not so? Yeah, that's the background to the evidence.
Thank you, Minister. Mr. Mahane, actually I was asking you. Yes, the court has assisted you, but I was asking you because I want that answer to come from you.
No, please. This evidence was traversed yesterday. You can't ask Mr. Mgomezu. Hello? I said this evidence was traversed yesterday.
That's correct.
Yeah, you see, because you are not here. Not that I'm giving evidence. No, not. I'm quoting what was traversed in court. Okay.
Mr. Mohane, can I get the answers from you?
Yeah.
What I'm referring to is part of your examination in chief that you decided to to take accused number 2 to Foslorus case on the 19th of June 2020. Yes.
I agree. Yeah, Bomuti and 19 that Tatum Sotin, Tatum Soda, who say a Foslorus.
And the case was not enrolled?
Case more that is correct. Yeah, we case
according to the register for the accused, wherein all the accused are detained, it says accused released. I'm referring to Mr. Dance. And you are the one who read that entry into the record.
That is correct.
Was the accused released after his case was not enrolled in Foslorus court?
Go Foslorus, no.
Why not?
No, I have explained to the court we were going ahead with other cases.
Especially 636 again, Woody.
Especially 636 when we're still going to go look for that hoodie. So,
okay, but you did not have a warrant of arrest for the accused in respect of that case that you further detained him for after being released in Foslorus court.
Warrant of arrest already that is correct.
And is it also correct that at no stage wherein accused number 2 had been detained under case Foslorus case 636-10-2014 from the 16th of June up to the date when he was when his case was not enrolled in Foslorus magistrate court?
regarding case 636 we robana rasa fecha ka yona omme ne re sanye go tsola pele re feletse gona ka nnete re gontishi sure na ke ena na
on the 17th when we were still investigating that 636 case we wanted to go ahead we could not release him but we will have access into
anyone. When we
interviewed him on the 17th, we asked him about this case number 636. Where we asked him whether he was at work or was not at work, and then we followed it up. We were still looking, trying to investigate this hoodie to check whether it was or was not at the place where he was staying.
I know, I remember that entry that you read into the court, but my point is he was not detained under the Foslorus case 636/10/2014 at that time when you interrogated him at the boardroom. Is that correct?
Uba sa swarelwa case A 636 of 10 of 2014.
How come that you detained accused number 2 on another case, which is Nongoma 163, and then you conduct interview or interrogation under another case of which he was not detained for?
ke ka baka la eng le le la swara molatofatšwa ka kgetse e nngwe la lo bolela ga le yena ka kgetse e le le sotšwa le moswarela yona
ka ke boletše gore be go na le melato e mentši e be re be re phenya kgatlhanong le yena.
Like I said, there were many cases that were investigating against him. There were
But you see that when you were interrogating the accused number 2 in the boardroom, you confused him because he was explaining the allegations under the Nongoma case. And now during interview or interrogation, you introduce another case.
As a court, please, Manoto, what is the basis for counsel saying that they confused accused number 2?
I don't know.
I was where my last question was that why the accused was detained under the Nongoma when he was detained, but then you booked him out to interrogate him on another matter, which he was not charged for and he was not detained for.
Pushaka gore he le swere mlatofatšwa ka molato wa Nongo jele ke ka baka la eng le la ge le montšha la montšha ka taba e nngwe gore le lo bolela le yena le lo montšha dipotšišo ka taba e nngwe e leng gore yona ga la montšhetša yona
be re sa mmotšiše ka 636 fela re be le montšha le ka yona Nongoma le a mangwe le melato e mengwe gape.
We're not really asking him only about the Nongoma about 666 only. We're asking him about other cases like the Nongoma case and the other cases. Sasingambuzi kuphela ngodaba luka 636 kodwa sisimbuza nangamanye amacala nalo lelakana ngoba sisimbuza ngalo.
But for now I'm specific referring to the Forced Orders case 636 because that is when accused number 2 told you or agreed that he will take you to his place of employment. Am I correct?
636 of 10 to 2014. Kimom la fajailing ale which kwa that is correct. Yabo kunjalo ukuthi wakhulunywa ngale icala 636 la umsola avuma khona ukuthi angahamba aye nabo la esenza khona.
And it was at the boardroom when accused number 2 indicated that.
And if you look at boardroom that is correct.
Before accused number 2 elected to take you to his place of work, were there any constitutional rights that were explained to him?
Also, Aisha, go American Honamla to Fachola, Bamuja to Galacha.
I can believe him at home or let him muncha what is selling airport room Malunga, the Tokelo Chaga.
Like I said before, when we took him from the cell and taking him to the boardroom, we had read him his rights. Joe Besangshilo Guti, Umsola, Wati, Kishola, Selinaka, Isola, boardroom. What has said,
Okay. Am I correct to say you had asked accused number 2 as to where he was on the date of the incident in this case?
We love Shamla Fajor, Walekai, Gadi Jajila, Tirahalia, that is correct. Yabunjalu, Sambus, which by Lakum Soda, Gelanga, Wabana, this is coming.
Is there a warning statement that was signed on that day when you were at the boardroom, showing the allegations and the rights that were explained to the accused before he chose to take you to his employment? Before he could say, let me take you to my place of employment. Is there a warning statement?
We're not the warning statement about Wadiwa. Nothing to Kelo, Rape, Ebola Langa Hore, Ula Tufajaga, to Mela Hore, Wali Jauria, Ulisha, Go Ashuma.
Only statement I have Versali, Bizersa, re sa fokušiša.
Well, the warning statement is not there because we're still busy trying to investigate.
Yeah.
The warning statement was so busy. Okay.
I understand that you were still investigating, but there are implications as a result of that interrogation because the accused denied the involvement in this case, according to your evidence in chief. Am I correct?
It is correct that the accused denied involvement in this
So in
case.
other words, that denial...
We are tintega kululuta.
So in other words, that denial of any involvement in this case amount to a response that was given by the accused after allegations and constitutional right to explain to him. Was it recorded?
Ka boletša gore be re mmotšiša be o sena warning statement be re mmotšiša re sa mmotšiša go botsebotse gore na o tsebang ka molao.
No, we're asking him, there was no warning statement, we're asking him if he knows anything about this matter.
Ka gore lebitso la gage le tšweletše ka mo crime intelligence report.
It's because his name appeared in the crime intelligence report.
No,
crime investigation report.
I don't have a
Crime
problem.
intelligence report, so
I don't have a problem with the kind of investigation that you were doing. I have a problem with the response given by the accused. At that time, during that interrogation or interview, that a warning statement should have been recorded wherein the accused will see the accused indicating to show you his place of employment and any other response that were given by the accused during interrogation. There is no recording of that interrogation.
Please, my lord, if counsel says a warning statement should have been taken, can perhaps counsel clarify what she's referring to so that the witness can have clarity as to what that question pertains to?
My lord, I am referring to the warning statement because normally that's the statement that will be recorded for the interview between the police and the suspect.
When is a warning statement issued?
A warning statement, my lord, is issued before when the accused elects to do something.
No, as I understand the law, it is entertained when the accused is being charged. The investigating officer will come and say to the accused, explain the rights, as he says, and tell him that you are being charged for this and that and that and that and that and that. And in terms of the warning statement, you have a right not to respond to the charge. You have a right, if you want to get an attorney or an advocate, or you have a right to keep silent, you know the consequences, or you can have a right to say whatever you want to say in court. But it must be preceded by a charge, as I understand the law.
As the court raises, my lord, I agree with this lordship, but my line of question is that because accused number 2 responded during interview, and those response that was made by the accused, my submission, my lord, to the witness ought to have been recorded.
Yes, what's your answer, sir?
Nna re bone go se botlhokwa gore re recorde interview ka gore be re some shikoti ka ge o letse gore only statement re computer e le gore iša motho court.
Well, we didn't see it important for us to have a warning statement because the person had not been taken to court yet, and we issue a warning statement when we take a person to court. Anyway, warning statement.
Okay. Can I ask my learned friend to give the witness the statement for dancing? Statement regarding interview with the suspects. I just want to refer the witness, my lord, to one paragraph in the
Which statement is that?
It's a warning statement, my lord. Statement regarding interview with the suspects.
Mr. Gomezulu, what is the status of that statement? Hello? Yeah, because
we just wanted to find out if counsel is fine.
Oh, my lord, maybe I can just use any pro forma, because what I'm going to read, it's the instructions contained in the warning statement.
Because as I understand it, that warning statement still has to be interrogated by the state. Is that so, Mr.?
Indeed.
Then the admissibility of that statement, I was told, has been disputed. Now you are overriding that and you're saying you want to quote or cite a disputed statement to this witness. I don't have a problem. If you understand the legal implications, fine.
That was not my intention, my lord. I beg leave to adjourn. I'll make a copy from any document for the statement regarding interview between the suspect and the police, because I want to refer this witness to those instructions that are contained here. Not because I'm
what is it? It's a warning statement. It's a pro forma form of a warning statement.
It's a pro forma, yes, madam.
Yes, I know that.
Yes. So I'll just make plain copies, my lord, that I will refer this witness to not use any of the accused statement.
Mr. Mgomezulu.
No objection, man.
Mr. Baloyi.
As a court pleases, my lord, I don't know if it's not going to be handed up, and if it doesn't refer to the statement that accused has made, and just merely used for illustrative purposes, and if counsel for accused number 2 doesn't have a problem with that, my lord, maybe that can be used.
Yes, Mr. Mgomezulu.
I just wanted clarity in terms of this statement that it has been taken out of the docket, because according to what from the understanding that I have is that when the accused is charged or when the suspect is charged, at that time that's when a warning statement is completed. When there is evidence before this witness to say the docket will be provided by the investigating officer. So to my surprise, a warning statement cannot be detracted or taken out of the docket as it forms part of the
No, you've got it. You've got it in other words. You have it. Or your attorney has it. Is that not so, Mr. Baloyi?
Yes, indeed, they do.
These are elementary things.
Yes, but my lord, I don't have a problem with hence I've indicated that I don't have an objection if the witness can be asked on the pro forma of that. But I wasn't aware that the statement is with the...
You know what? The court has this problem that Ms. Msholoto wants to go on a dry run of a disputed document. Are you with me?
I'm with you, ma'am.
Are you with me?
That's correct.
Because that document is disputed. The fact that you have it in your possession is neither here nor there. If he, Baloyi, wants to introduce it into evidence, and you are disputing it, he knows the onus rests on him. But now he's being absolved of the onus by Ms. Msholoto.
Yes.
Which he must discharge in terms of the law. And he wants the witness to respond there too. I've got a problem with that. What's your view, Ms. Msholoto?
My lord, I said, my lord, I withdraw any reference in respect of this warning statement by accused number 2, and then I beg leave for the adjournment so that I can get ordinary form to refer this witness to, which does not refer to any of the accused, just the ordinary form by the SABC, which is used during the interview by the police and the suspect.
So you want an adjournment again?
Adjournment again, my lord, to get a clear copy of this. I'll go to I'll get it, my lord.
As a court case, my lord, maybe to save time, the first 4 pages are just blank pages. I don't know if those are the pages that counsel want to refer to, if there is a
No,
case.
my lord, the court has indicated that it's not inclined that I continue using this, making any reference to this statement for accused number 2. Therefore, I'm begging leave to adjourn so that I can get clear copies, my lord, so that I can refer this witness to those paragraphs, my lord.
So are we adjourning then?
As the court pleases, my lord.
At the request of counsel, we can adjourn. I don't know if it's just a short adjournment or until tomorrow.
Nah, it was until tomorrow. Mr. Nisi, any wisdom you want to impart? Yeah?
I think there is sufficient consensus.
Okay, let's adjourn until tomorrow. Maybe you should go and read about the exigence. Because I think otherwise. Disputed inadmissible document cannot be traversed before the party which wants to introduce it into evidence discharges the owners. Must be so. Okay, tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
Okay, docket.